What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. Happy Monday, I guess, if you want to be happy about it. Hope you guys had a fantastic Mother's Day for those of you that celebrate and are able to. Even with the COVID restrictions still going down, some of y'all might not be able to hang out with your mother. Maybe you just FaceTimed her. Maybe you just said hi. Maybe you just sent her a card or flowers or whatever. Anyway, hope you had a great Mother's Day. We did. We started off having a little brunch at my sister's place, and we had like breakfast casserole, and my grandma made a hash brown casserole also, and just a bunch of muffins and cut up fruit and strawberries and stuff like that, and it was pretty good. And then at 3 o'clock, actually it was closer to 4, we went to my mom's. And we just, they just made, finger foods, chips and queso and chips and salsa and stuff like that. And then they cooked up some sausage links. I think that's what they were, but they were fantastic. It was awesome. And then we took Jess with us. Because the inside joke that we have is that Jess is like my vice wife, and if anything happens to Jocelyn, I have Jess. Like, she's like a backup. That's the plan. It's not like polygamy or anything like that, but it's always fun to mess with people, especially when Jess and I would go into public, and we'd be like, oh, Jocelyn would call me and be like, oh, wife's calling me, don't say anything, just shut up. Or, Jess would be like, oh, what do you think the wife wants? In front of the cashier, or in front of the, the guy making our sandwich or whatever, She'd be like, oh, what do you think the wife would want? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Do you think I should get her something? I wanted to know that you were here. Just whatever. And then, sometimes the cashier would just, stare at us. It's always funny. But anyway, so we got sucked in to a Lifetime Movie Network marathon. And guys, those movies are more addictive than probably cigarettes. And by that, I mean, we watched 4 in a row before we were like, we gotta go. My stepmom sat out there and watched most of them with us. And, my mom was hanging out in her living room, booking hotel rooms and stuff like that, because we're going to go out of town the second weekend of June. So the June Vlog Challenge will be on the road for a few parts of June. The second weekend of June, and I think the last weekend of June, it's going to be on the road. I'm going to go to, we're taking a little family trip down to Mabank, Texas, which is in the pretty much an hour away from the DFW area. So if I have any piglets that are in the DFW area or Mabank or whatever, maybe I'll meet up with you. Maybe we can go say hi, because we're taking a trip to Dallas on one of the days. So maybe you can meet up with, because we're going to go to In-N-Out Burger, and we're going to do Bass Pro Shop and a couple of other things. It's going to be probably like a 3 or 4 hour endeavor. But if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, hit me up. Maybe we can meet up and do something. So there's that. But yeah, we watched these movies, and I can't remember the title of most of these movies. But there was one where this mom and daughter move across the street in this suburb area, and there's not a single person of color in this movie. It's like white suburbia, and I'm just like, huh, okay. Anyway, so this girl, she goes over to introduce herself and help them move in and stuff across the street, and the mom becomes very attached to the girl because her husband and her other daughter had passed away in a house fire. So she's, the malintent is already set, that already that, oh, this chick is the one that killed her husband and her daughter. There's no doubt about it. This chick has got malintent all across her. So she's convincing the girl to sneak out and go to a bar to go see a band and you know, she's 16 and she's making out with the lead singer of this band, and it's just like the dude is like in his 30s making out with a 16-year-old, and I'm like, oh, that's good. You know, having her like wear like slutty clothes and like posting them on Instagram, and you know, it was just a bad time. But I mean, it was one of those movies where like, this is so freaking ridiculous, and then you sit there and watch it. You shut up when the movie starts and the commercials are over. But speaking of commercials, there was this one commercial that had me just like, how did this get approved? It's a liquid bandage commercial. It's an advertisement for a liquid Band-Aid bandage. So this chick's doing dishes, and I guess her Band-Aid comes off, and she has like this paper cut or a slit like right here on like the webbing of her finger, and it starts talking. Like the wound like starts talking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was having flashbacks to Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with the chick's veins all opening up, like where Freddy inserts the syringes. I was like, oh my god, I was getting Nightmare on Elm Street flashbacks. And I'm like, how the hell did this get approved? And then like 2 or 3 more ridiculous commercials came on, you know, while we were waiting for the movie to start back up. And then I told my wife, I'm like, we live in an interesting world. We live in an interesting society where commercials like these get approved. But a commercial that I saw that I wanted to get approved, I was upset when it didn't get approved. It was rejected. It was, you know, banned. It was a banned commercial. I don't know if it's real or not. It was a Super Bowl commercial that they had a few years back. Some of you probably remember it, or most of you can go, probably all of y'all can go on YouTube right now and find it. But there's this commercial where it's a bride and a groom, and they just got married, and, you know, he hoists her into the honeymoon suite. And gets a little graphic, just giving you a heads up. She starts going down on the groom, and the groom's like, oh my god, I'm gonna come. So she stops sucking, and then she like opens her mouth. She's on her knees, and she's opening her mouth, and then he just from his crotch, just Skittles just shoot out. I said, I want to see that commercial. That's what I want to see. I want to see that commercial, because I know it's going to piss the conservative suburban moms off. I know it's going to piss off, you know, the woke culture. I know it's going to piss off everybody. It's just one of those commercials, like, you know, regardless if you're left, right, or center, it's going to piss you off at some point. Somebody in your faction, somebody in your tribe, your mob mentality, it's going to piss them off. And I was like, you know what? I want to see that commercial so bad. And then my wife's like, geez, I wonder why it got rejected. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's art. Skittles has some ridiculous commercials. The new one where the guy opens the hatch and it's just raining Skittles outside this little hatch in the wall, and then he opens up the second hatch and he gets like bitch slapped by a bear across the face or something like that, or a puma. I can't remember which one it is, but it was awesome. But anyway, Skittles has always been known for their ridiculous commercials, like Skittles Pox. I'm sure y'all remember the Skittles Pox commercials. I'm sure y'all remember the guy in the bird's nest, and you know, he's acting like a baby bird, and the mom feeds him Skittles. It's like, the Skittles is known to push the envelope, you know, a few commercials or two. So, anyway, the honeymoon suite one would be just like right up that alley. But anyway, so I digress. Talk about a little bit of the channel. I do have some more polls going on right now, guys, and I would love participation in those polls. And I would love to get the, I guess, fill the room on some of the polls. There is one poll that expires tonight at midnight, and that poll is which day of the week should we do the Dallas Aggies. Right now, Sunday's winning. If you don't want it to be Sunday and you definitely want it to be something else, go ahead and vote for something else. Vote for something else, and then we'll go from there. But this is something that's definitely going to be decided tonight, regardless of what day it is. People's driving. I love it sometimes. But yeah, I just hope that you guys do that. And then I also did a little bit of like a customer satisfaction survey, a little bit of just a miscellaneous survey, a poll question was, do you like my long videos or do you like my short videos? And right now it looks like people prefer short videos, because right now we live in a society where we have the attention span of a gnat's dick. So, you know, TikTok, you can only post a minute. Snapchat, you can post up to a minute of video. Vine back in the day was only 7 seconds, and it's just come to that, and that's okay. That's fine. If people want that, then that's a-okay. But, you know, I got a little bit of an errand to run right now, so this one's going to be cut a little short. So just giving you all a heads up. That's all I really have for you. Keywords here are Happy Belated Mother's Day. Keywords, there you go. Question number 1, did you do anything fun for Mother's Day? Elaborate, I greatly appreciate it. Question number 2, have you participated in the updated polls? If not, please go for it. If you have, just put a thumbs up. And question number 2, just put a thumbs up emoji or a smiley face emoji, one of those two. And then question number 3, how did you enjoy my little rant about Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers that I randomly posted this weekend? That's all I got for you today, guys. Guys, thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. You guys are awesome. And always remember my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop, loves y'all the mostest. Y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.